CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, a man arrested and accused of an attempted abduction in Homestead. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench is working this story.
We are in Chrome Avenue here in Homestead, where there were some frightening moments on Friday morning just before school for a 13-year-old girl. That's when she told us, and her mother told us as well, that a man tried to abduct that teenager. She was thinking quickly, and she broke away as he tried to grab her, ran to her apartment, and called the police. Police are commending her for her quick thinking. We also spoke with her and her mother. She had a lot to tell us about this terrible ordeal. We'll have much more on that story coming up tonight at 5. In Homestead, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And what a beautiful afternoon. Taking a live look outside across South Florida. What does the rest of the week and the day look like? Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler. Cindy, tracking some sunshine.
Oh, yes, lots of sunshine coming up this week. Beautiful weather, actually. High pressure will be very strong, and the storm track, or all the storms will be this week, will stay well to the north of South Florida, so we end up with really nice conditions. And right now, it's comfortable. Drier air is in place. Calm and dry. Slow warming trend. I think by Wednesday we'll be back into the lower 80s. Today's high so far has been 80 degrees. Showers really, we start to see that come back into the forecast, but not until next Monday. So we have several days of just beautiful stuff here. 79 right now. Fort Lauderdale at 78 degrees. Again, mostly sunny. We have a northeasterly wind. We did have some gusts up to 20 earlier. Now it's about 10 to 15 out of the northeast. So trying to get a little bit of moisture in here. So it'll start climbing ever so slowly through the week, but because of these breezy conditions, we have a small craft advisory until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, so that'll be along the Atlantic waters. Keys are doing okay down there, and also because of the breezy conditions too, high rip current risk, that's going to stay with us through Tuesday evening. So if you do have beach plans, and I know many of you do right now, we've got spring breakers down here, lots of folks from out of town, be very careful. From Fort Lauderdale, Miami Beach, South Beach, all the way down, there could be a rip current risk that you're just not too sure about. A lot of folks aren't quite sure what to look for rip currents, so be very careful if you're going to be out in the waters. Here's your forecast this evening. If you've got plans, beautiful. We've got sunny skies now. Now the sun sets a little bit later, you get a little bit more time to be outside and enjoy it. Temperatures will fall into the mid-70s by 7 o'clock. Clear skies tonight. Tomorrow's going to be another beautiful day. Dry, mild, high pressure begins to scoot off to the east, so our winds will begin to veer just a bit. Easterly tomorrow, and eventually southeasterly by the time we get into the end of the week. And you'll start to see just a few little stray showers possibly getting in here, but this is not going to be a big threat. Temperature-wise, we go up, 83 Wednesday, Thursday, but oh my, Saturday, Sunday, St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, it is going to be a warm one, but our humidity will be up just a little bit too, so the sticky stuff does start to creep back in here. Here's your forecast. Tomorrow's high around 80 degrees, then we go back to 83. Small chance for a shower. Best chance pops in on Monday with about a 30% chance. Temperatures also will top out in the upper 80s.
Cindy, thank you. Anti-Semitic attacks in Sunny Isles Beach, and this afternoon that man has been arrested. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein explains what happened.
3 days and 3 separate attacks. And with the rise in anti-Semitism, many in the Jewish population say they're scared, and police say this behavior will not be tolerated.
I also have an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon attempted.
Muhammad Ali al-Sakal shaking his head in court Sunday as a judge read the charges against him.
You do see that the defendant did say Jews are the devil and all Jews must die.
Sunny Isles Beach police say on Thursday, Friday, and then on Saturday, al-Sakal harassed and attacked members of the Orthodox Jewish community. They were scared for their lives.
We have zero tolerance for any kind of hate.
Police reacting Monday to the alleged attacks.
Extremely scary. As we know, there's a lot going on in this world, and everyone is pretty much on edge. Everyone is on alert. So clearly, when an individual like this targets a specific group, especially the Jewish community, everybody is just extremely afraid.
According to an incident report, al-Sakal was holding a sharp object during the attacks. The victims recovering from the fear and thankful this wasn't worse.
They're thankful that no one was hurt. Fortunately, our officers acted quickly. They were able to find this individual, place him under arrest, and he's in jail now where he belongs.
Again, the good news here, no one was hurt, but Asakal is facing a long list of charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because of the threat. Prosecutors say he posed to harm the victims. He's also facing charges of credible threats related to religious or ethnic heritage. He remains in jail with no bond. In Sunny Isles Beach, Terry Hornstein, CBS News, Miami.
A family of 4 is found dead in Miami. Police conducted a welfare check on a family at an apartment complex. This is along Northwest 68th and 173rd Drive. That's when police say they discovered 4 people dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Homicide investigators believe the father shot and killed his wife, daughter, and son before taking his own life. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray has the full report coming up tonight at 5. The crisis in Haiti continues. The U.S. Secretary of State is scheduled to meet with Caribbean leaders in Jamaica. It's part of an urgent push to solve Haiti's crisis. Meanwhile, pressure grows on Haiti's prime minister to resign. CBS News Miami's Tanya Francois is working this story, and we'll have more tonight at 5. When we come back, a South Florida nonprofit is setting their sights high, raising money for the future of young girls in our community. I'll take you inside that special event coming up. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Voters decide. It is the eve of another big primary day. Voters in 4 states head to the polls tomorrow. But with Nikki Haley's campaign suspended, it is a clear 2-man rematch. Let's get right out to CBS News Miami's Skylar Henry live in Washington, D.C. with the very latest. Skylar, good to see you.
Hey, Najahe, good afternoon to you. Well, remember, this is the time that we are going to see both of these candidates not only lay out their policy objectives and also lay out their claim to voters as to why they want to get that job back at the White House, but also take a few jabs at one another, criticizing not only their rhetoric, but also how they feel about the presidency.
President Biden took aim at former President Trump's health care policies during a campaign stop in the battleground state of New Hampshire.
Republicans will cut Social Security and Medicare to give us more tax cuts for the wealthy. Even this morning, Donald Trump said cuts to Social Security and Medicare are on the table again.
Despite the stepped-up attacks on Trump, Monday morning, Biden told city leaders from across the U.S. that he's making progress on uniting the country.
I promise to be president for all Americans, whether they voted for me or not. And we're making that real progress in red communities and blue communities. In fact, there are more investments going to red communities than blue communities.
But in a recent CBS News poll, 61% of Americans surveyed described the state of the country as divided.
Hello, Georgia.
Trump continues to take aim at Biden's border policies in both his rallies and on social media.
Biden has implemented a formal policy that illegal aliens who intrude into the United States are granted immunity from deportation.
During a campaign stop in Georgia this weekend, Trump met with the family of Laken Riley. The suspect in the nursing student's murder crossed the border illegally.
Laken Riley would be alive today if Joe Biden had not willfully and maliciously eviscerated the borders of the United States.
Trump also criticized Biden for apologizing for calling the suspect an illegal rather than undocumented during the State of the Union address.
The president also went on to correct himself, saying that he should have said undocumented instead of illegal, so that was a point there. But again, this is what we will see as we continue to move along the campaign trail. Both of these likely nominees picking at what each other has to say, whether they're on the stump, in an interview, or at a rally. We're here in Washington. I'm Skylar Henry. Najahe, back to you.
Skylar, thank you for the very latest. Today, a reason to celebrate. Thanks to the generosity of so many people in our community, hundreds of girls will enjoy free summer and after-school programs. It's all part of the Girls Inc. Fuel Her Fire Gala. This is Girls Inc.'s largest fundraiser of the year, and there was a sold-out crowd this year. The gala was held at the beautiful Alfred DuPont building in downtown Miami. There were performances, speakers, a live and silent auction, and I had the honor to be the event MC. Here is a look inside the very special evening.
So we knew we were going to have to really do our homework and make sure that in a city where everything moves so fast and it's so easy to get left behind, that we would have to bring a program that makes sure that no girl is left behind.
And when she reached out to me and asked me to be a part of Girls Inc., I was so excited because Girls Inc. was one of the first organizations that I actually volunteered with when I began my career as a journalist.
This girl is on fire! Girl is on fire!
Girls Inc. advocates for the needs of girls in low-income communities who may face discrimination because of their gender, race, or disability, and provides them with the skills to become leaders here in our community. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a fantastic day.